how are you doing today? My name is Ayan. Today I'll be exploring all the metaphors and the hidden meaning behind Resident Evil Village DLC Shadows of Wolves. This is where I'll be exploring the story of Shadows of Wolves and seeing how the story relates to real life. Also, see what kind of lessons to take away from this game. Now just sit back and relax and enjoy the hidden meaning behind Resident Evil Village DLC Shadows of Wolves. This story takes place after, I think, 16 years after Resident Evil Village. Wolves meets up with a guy named Kay. He tells her that she is worried about her. We found out that Wolves gets bullied and she believes she's a freak and not even human, just because of the power she gets. He mentioned that there's a way to remove the power, and Wolves agrees to it. Wolves go inside the Megamycete and we see her memories of people bullying her because of her powers. She sees stuff that isn't there, and some people see some strange stuff happening to her. She has white stuff forming from her skin and seeing stuff crawl on her hand out of nowhere. In conclusion, people think she's not normal, and this affects Wolves greatly, enough for her to get rid of her powers no matter the cost. Wolves thinks because of her power, no one wants to be your friend. This is where the first metaphor is. The first metaphor that I will explain is that this relates to real life because some of us will be different, or all of us are different in our own way. But some of us will be different, and then people will get bullied for that same reason. In the end, Wolves embraces her powers and end up keeping them and end up not caring about what other people think about her powers and what other people think about her. And in turn, we should be like that too. We shouldn't try to fit in or try to be cool with people. We should try to be ourselves. Unless we try to do something bad, of course, we should always strive to do good. People make fun of being different. It is what it is. You're just following what most people think is cool, what most people think is normal, and you don't have to follow that. At the end of the day, it's your choice whatever you want to follow and whether you'll be normal or not. But it's okay to be different. So it's always okay to be different. Anyways, that was the first metaphor. Now the final metaphor is with the Duke. Wolves goes inside the Megamycete, a part of Megamycete actually, whoever passed away in the Megamycete. So it contains the memories of basically like the four lords. I also have Mother Miranda, Eveline, Eveline trapped inside it. I also had a Duke inside trapped there. And after exploring as well, we made a copy of Wolves, and we found that there are plenty of copies of Wolves. Later on, well, we see why. I'll explain it later on. The Duke is back in this realm, however, but he's evil. He hunts down everybody his highest son and he commands his minions to get them. The two theories that I have of why Duke is evil. One is that he simply get to this realm because he died in a village and he couldn't escape the village in time of the explosion. Or second is that this is a copy of him and it's not actually Duke. Now, most likely this is a copy of him because in the cave area before we meet Mother Miranda, we see that there's a lot of journals, there's a lot of diaries that Mother Miranda have been written down. This explains where the evil former Duke came from. Now, before I discovered that, there was also this note. This is of course the Duke writing this down. Now, I originally thought that the Duke came to this realm and immediately started having this feeling of hunger to see others in pain. And we know that Duke was more of a sort of guy who wants to just watch shows and watch fights and stuff like that, as we saw in Evil Village. But as seeing many videos, apparently it's not true. Apparently it's just a copy of him that Mother Miranda created, and Duke could definitely still be alive. But I think it's still worth mentioning as a metaphor is that we all get a dark side to us, sort of, and most of us don't realize it, and I don't realize it, but I can't say for everyone that is the dark side. But basically, sometimes our life will go down. This is a metaphor. Our life will go downhill, and then sometimes we will think of bad things to do. And I want to say that don't do the bad things. Whenever you do more bad stuff, your life will become worse and worse. Just keep that you're doing good stuff, and your life will eventually get better, hopefully. Anyways, now the final metaphor is in Donna's house. After the castle section, we go into Donna's house. When we enter it, we see a book that talks about Wolves going to school for the first time. Wolves gets excited about going to school and being new people, but that excitement quickly fades away. Strange stuff starts happening to her because of her power, and no one wants to be near her. Mentioned on the last page that Lucy talked to her and she always wanted to be friends. Well, it turns out that Lucy and her other friends are the ones that bully her. The doll's puzzles symbolize what Lucy and her other friends did to Wolves. The first shows Ghost Mode going on Wolves' hair, and Lucy is secretly trying to help her, but they're probably hurting her as Wolves doesn't like seeing these memories. Next puzzle represents Jimmy giving Rose a present on her birthday, only for Lucy to drop a water bucket on her head. Last one is really not symbolizing anything. It's just Eveline trying to make fun of Rose about nobody cares if she does something. But anyways, the the first two puzzles I guess, was showing that Lucy that was showing fake friends. There's two metaphors I can take away from this sort of section of the game. The first metaphor is that don't let bad people put you down. As you see with the book, at first, Rose tells us that she was excited to go to school for the first time. It was like she walked in a TV show and she was excited to meet new people and she was wanted to be friends. But many people started knowing her because of her white sweat. Every time she sweat, white stuff appears on her skin, like superpowers. And because of that, many people think she's weird. Ghost balls start going on her hair, and stuff basically happened to her that is unusual. Many people want to stay away from her because many people think she's weird, and most likely they are spreading false rumors. Now, don't let bad people put you down and put you all the excitement of trying something. Or basically, it's about our first metaphor. Basically, don't let people put you down because of your differences. Just be different if you want to. Be yourself, and still try to be friends with people. Still try to socialize, but don't give up and find the right people for you. Eventually, you will find the right people for you, and they will respect your differences and respect who you are. Also, the second metaphor. Okay, so the second metaphor is that. The second metaphor is that be careful of who your friends are. Now, you might encounter in your life some fake friends, meaning that friends who just want to bully you or just there because they feel sorry for you, or just basically not really your friend, but they're just saying that they are. And you really need to be careful. And if you feel like any of your friends or even your family don't like you for some odd reason, you need to really start confronting them and start acting that if they really like you and be truthful, because you can't live a life forever. Trust me, it's not good to live a life forever. And honestly, just confront them and act if they are having problems with you. If it is a reasonable and good problem and that you need to fix yourself, then you should fix it. But if it's not, then you need to confront them and see what really the problem is. And make sure you have a good circle around. Make sure you have good friends around you. There's only two metaphors left. The second last metaphor is with Eveline. Eveline is jealous of Rose. Mother Miranda only cared about Rose because she was the true vessel for her Eva. This could be the reason. Also, can you guys, very quickly, if you guys can leave comments below whose Eva is. I don't know who Eva really is. I thought Eva was meant to be Eveline, but if you guys leave comments below that who Eva is, because I thought Eva was Eveline, but I had no idea who she is actually. So leave comments below, because I was very confused about who's Eva, what Miranda intentions are. Now, back to Eveline. Now, this could be the reason why she is so angry last event, but she keeps saying that they're supposed to die and join her here. Meaning that she's not really jealous of Mother Miranda, she's jealous of something else. She's talking about Ethan and Mia. I don't know much about Resident Evil 7, but from what I heard, Eveline's always looked at Mia and Ethan as her parents because she always wanted a family. Now this goes for the metaphor and the hidden behind jealousy. Jealousy can take you and change you to a different person entirely. It could make you hate someone you once loved. I'm really jealous that Rose is the only one that they cared about. Now, similar to real life, when someone else don't like us as much as they like someone else, you tend to get jealous of the other person. Let's say a person don't like you, but they like your brother or your sister. Let's say your brother, and then you tend to get jealous of him because, let's say that's your uncle, he only likes your brother, not you. And you get jealous of your brother because you think you're not important, you think you're special, and you're special and important to that person. And that's not the truth. Now, this is nothing to do with the person. Similar to Eveline and Rose, where Eveline have experience and why she's so angry and jealous had nothing to do with Rose herself. It had to do with her being corrupted by Mother Miranda. And again, I don't know the whole story of Resident Evil 7. I know the whole story was Evil Village and Shadows of World. I don't know Resident Evil 7 yet. What you take away from this story is that you shouldn't be jealous of somebody else, and you should always think that you're important, you're special, no matter how much people reject you, no matter how much people don't like you. You're still special, you're still good, and you always got to learn from your mistakes and improve yourself. You also don't care about what other people think about you. What other people think about you, just an opinion. It's not a fact. People will keep on putting you down. Trust me, you gotta get used to it. People will keep putting you down no matter where you are, no matter what you do. So just keep doing what's best for you. Keep following your dreams and just keep on going in life. And don't care if somebody don't think you're special now, because you are special and you are important. But don't care if somebody else think you're useless or not normal. Alright, now time for the last metaphor and the ending of this game. After having a boss fight with Eveline, Ethan comes back and saves Rose. Rose ends up in the deepest part of Miranda and she goes to get a crystal. And she ends up in a cave that reveals why they are copies of her. Miranda ends up in this world and she keeps on making copies of Rose so that she can find the perfect vessel. But this didn't change anything. She still needed to bring Rose in here. So she tapped into Rose's mind and tricked her into thinking that Kay told her that she can get rid of her powers if she gets that crystal. Rose gets the crystal and Mother Miranda comes back. Ethan also comes back, and in the end, Rose ends up getting her powers back and she defeats Mother Miranda. She also gets some extra powers from Ethan and have a final talk with him. We then see the same ending as in Resident Evil Village, where Rose goes on a mission after visiting his father's grave. Now, at the ending, it wasn't in the original Resident Evil Village storyline with Ethan. I will explain the metaphor with Mama Miranda inside there, but I will explain it over here too, so it's a little bit. It's the same thing though. Mother Miranda has been obsessed with creating a perfect vessel for Eva. I'm guessing Eva is like the most powerful version of a child, like a host to be the mice, which is what Rose is, and that's why Mother Miranda wanted her powers. The metaphor that you should take from here is that be careful what you get yourself into. There are a lot of stuff that is bad in this world that seems normal, and there's a lot of stuff that you can get yourself into that you be obsessed with, and that could be with jealousy, that could be with your own emotion, that could be with addictions, and whatever it is, whether you're obsessed over that is of course bad for you. The stuff that is good for you that you obsess over, that is fine, but the stuff that is bad for you that you obsess over, you need to start cutting that out of your life. You need to stop. If it's like an addiction, you gotta do it, like if you do it every day, you gotta do it every other day, or you gotta find your own way to get that addiction. A lot of bad stuff will seem normal inside today's world, but it's only gonna make your life worse. And when you obsess over something that it hurts you, that is clings inside of you, you need to get rid of it. And there's no way to really get rid of it. Sort of what I experienced so far, you just gotta get over it. You gotta start using your mind with other things and what other important things. You gotta be careful about what you do every second of your life, because one bad action can turn your life into a bad life. So yeah, that's a metaphor that I take away from Mother Miranda. Anyways, I was thinking that there was a metaphor with Ethan and Rose, but it was just really to realize how much fathers really care about their daughter or their son. And if you feel like your parents are okay by you, they love you, even if they don't see like they love you, they honestly do love you. And if you have problems with them, you can confront them and tell them about your problems. I know you're afraid of them, but honestly, fear holds us back from achieving a good life. So just please talk to them about whatever is bothering you, and talk to them if they are doing anything that bothers you. And I don't understand, because they most like some of the parents feel like they're always right, and that's not the case. Anyways, I think that's it. That's all the metaphors and the hidden meaning behind Resident Evil DLC Shadows of War. If you want to see all the metaphors and the hidden meaning behind Resident Evil Village, Ethan's story, then you can see the description down below. You can see on end screen right now actually. You can also see my Resident Evil series playthrough. I did Resident Evil Village, and did 3 parts of Resident Evil 7. So you can see right now. I can also see my Resident Evil Village Shadows of War DLC playthrough as well. I can see my reaction, and please do like and subscribe. Subscribe for more playthroughs on our channel. Subscribe for more of these videos where I explore the metaphors and the hidden meaning behind games. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day, and bye.